Alright guys, this lesson is about bleeds, and here we have two pages that are blank right now. It's a two-page spread. This is where we're going to draw a box across the two pages, and say for example, I'm going to make this black. It could be any color, okay? I'm using black just for the sake of using it. It could be any color. But this right here, this is safe, okay, because it's drawing a black box between two pages, but it doesn't threaten the edge of the page. This is the edge of the page right here, this black line all along this mouse, all the way down here, all the way around. This is the edge of the page. Okay, so when we're talking about bleeds, say you want the black to go from the edge of the page to this edge. Well, that's great. It's wonderful. And it could be a thin line. It could be all the way across the entire page, the entire spread. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do. If you're wanting it to go from that edge to this edge, and from this edge to this edge, then you have to. It's a must. It's not, if you want to, it's not voluntary. It's you must. You must give me a bleed. And what that means is that you're going to have to make this come out 0.25 of an inch. 0.25 of an inch this way and 0.25 of an inch this way. So in essence, we're going to have a quarter of an inch on this side, quarter of an inch on this side. Basically, we're going to have a 17, because it's from here to here is 17 inches. So if we add 0.25 and 0.25, now we have 17.5, right? Because 2 quarters, 0.25, a quarter is 0.25. So you add a 0.25 with another 0.25, you have 0.5. Okay, that's what we're doing. 0.25 here and 0.25 over here. So instead of 17.65, which is what I have now, and 17.5, enter. And now I have a 17.5 from one side to the other. And I'm going to also plot this point right here. Okay, my x should be negative 0.25. What that means is it's going to the x, and it's plotting this point right here, this point right there. See, right here, right here. I want that to be negative 0.25, which means it kicks it out this way. And because I had a quarter of an inch bigger here and a quarter of an inch bigger over here, it's going to come out a quarter of an inch on this side as well. Now I have a proper bleed on this element. Now, say this is supposed to be a box all the way around the entire page, and that's fine. We're going to go from top to bottom, which is right there, but again, we need to have those bleeds there. So instead of 11 inches from here to here, instead of 11, it's got to be 11.25 for the top, and then another 0.25 down here. It's got to be 11.5. So 11.5, enter. And now I have a picture box that's 11.5 by 17.5. Now my y is still on that 0.25, so I'm going to go negative 0.25. So now, and you can't really see the guidelines because this is black. Let me see if I change it to, yeah, there you go. I changed it to gray just so we could see the guidelines. Earlier it was black on black, so that's why you couldn't see it. But the fact that I've got it at this point is plotted at negative 0.25 out this way and negative 0.25 out this way gives me a quarter inch here, quarter inch here, quarter inch down here, and quarter inch down here. This is true for pictures also. Okay, assuming that this gray box was a photograph, you cannot put it right here. If you do that, somebody's going to come around and slap you upside the head. And I'm going to pretend I didn't see. Make sure that you don't give me this. Okay, I know that's what you want to get. I know that what you're trying to do is get the picture from this edge to this edge, but the printer requires us to go a quarter of an inch out this way and a quarter of an inch out this way. So that means that this by itself would be 11 by 17, right? 17 by 11, but it needs to be 17.5 by 11.5, and then we also need to take this out, up and out by 0.25. So you can either do it the way I'm doing it right now, or type in those values, but it's got to be negative 0.25. And now we have it. Again, it's the same for whether it's just a box. It's the same for if it was a picture that went all the way across. It's the same if I had something like this right here, you know, just a line going all the way across. If it's going to go to the edge, it's got to go 0.25 out, 0.25 out. If it was doing this bit, where just one side of the page, and the same thing, I got to have 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. If it's doing this right here, then it's the same concept. Where 0.25 up here, 0.25 down here. I hope that explains bleeds. If you have further questions on this, ask me. But we've got to make sure that bleeds are there. In fact, once the pages are done, I'm going to have one or two of you guys go through all the pages, doing nothing but checking for bleeds. And trust me, you're going to find some people who didn't follow through with what they're supposed to, okay? But you want to make sure you follow the bleeds. 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25.